My name is Terry Tyson. I work as an anaesthesia paramedical officer. I work with Jenny Reynolds, who approached me to come up with a system for COVID aerosol protection. Initially, the first idea was to come up with a Perspex box.
Well, the Perspex box had been deemed to be problematic because it doesn't have any ventilation and it actually makes intubation a lot more difficult. We felt that it was really important that you actually have an enclosed system. It's contained, but it's also got ventilation, so there's complete air change within the chamber.
We've designed this so it gives you access from 3 points where your hands go into the inside, or your arms and hands, to access instrumentation for intubation or airway management. We also have what we call little airlocks on the side here, and these airlocks permit you to actually put instrumentation in and access and shut it off and then access it from the inside without allowing any aerolization to come outside the capsule. What we also have on the top here, filters, which allow air entrainment into the system, and a suction system which allows for the aerosols to be evacuated out of the chamber. So we have a zipper section at the front of the chamber which will allow you for emergency access. However, we don't think it'll ever really be needed because we've got such good access from the inside, and the whole thing can actually be moved around anyway from side to side.
It's fully contained. When this is actually applied to the patient, there has a floor which is flexible. It goes around the patient's head and can be tightened with elastic cord to create a reasonable seal around the patient's face.
So what we have is sleeves which can be sealed to give us access for tubing, cabling, circuits, etc. to actually go through and suction. The whole purpose of this capsule is to protect health workers from COVID aerosolization, in addition to having a system that you are able to attend to airway, ventilate patients, intubate, and do whatever needs to be done to manage a good airway.
The beauty of this chamber is that potentially it could be applied to a patient pre-hospital by ambulance officers. It can then be transferred with the patient to the hospital, have high flow oxygen applied within that environment without increasing risk to healthcare workers or patients in the surrounding areas. It can be used for patients being cared for without being intubated, or it can be used for patients who have been intubated and then for transfer around the hospital, either to the operating room or to the intensive care ward.
Working is pretty much the same as you would do if you didn't have the tent in a non-COVID patient.
From a manufacturer's point of view, it's fantastic watching this team work with our chamber. It's obviously working very well. They're very happy with it, and being an Australian-made device, it's great news.